Okay, so here we are on our last bit of our series called Warning Signs. We are taking a look at things that raise red flags, what might be a warning sign that our relationship with God needs work, that it's strained, that there's something malfunctioning or misfiring, or maybe that we're not even saved at all. And so we've been going over some different things. The first one was, do you habitually commit sin? Do you on purpose plan out, premeditated, do sinful things rather than just struggling or a moment of weakness now and then? The second one was, do you seek to be holy? Do you want to be righteous? Do you want to do good? Or are you playing religious games with God? And then last week, we asked, do you love other people? People are created in the image and likeness of God, and we have been commanded to love. God loves them, and if you do not have an attitude of love, that is a huge red flag that there's something wrong going on in your heart in relationship to God. And this week, our last question is, do you love God? And that might sound simple, so let's just talk about it a little bit. 1 John 2:15 says, do not love the world, nor things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Romans 8:5 says this, for those who are according to the flesh set their minds on the things of the flesh, but those who are according to the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. We see in the Bible this idea of two opposing forces wanting our affection. One is the world or our flesh, things of this physical nature, and that's where sin has corrupted. And then there's things of the Spirit, things of God, seeking for our affection. Which one are you choosing to put your affection on? And to make clear, affection for God is not simply emotions. It's not simply this feeling of, oh, I love God, He's so wonderful. I mean, that should be there. We need to have, hopefully, some emotional enjoyment of God. But we also, when that isn't there, we need to have love for God. In the dark times, we should still have an awareness of, an acknowledgement of the glory and the love of God. Because love for God is not based on our feelings, but it's based on who He is. And if your love for God is based on what He can do for you or how He makes you feel or whether or not your life is going well or whether or not you feel blessed, that is a huge red flag that something has gone wrong in your heart in relationship to God. But in Romans 7, Paul gives us a little bit of hope where he writes in verses 14 through 24, you can read the whole passage, but what he basically says is, there are things that I do not want to do, but I cannot help myself. I give in and do them. And there are things that I want to do that I know are right, but I cannot help myself and I avoid them. What can I do? Who can help me? Only Jesus Christ. And it's this idea that being a Christian does not mean we are perfect. Jesus came and He died so that we can have a new heart, right? Not just learn new habits. If you have this desire, if you even have in you the desire to be holy and righteous, that is an encouraging sign that you have a new heart and you're not just going through religious motions to learn new habits. Because a mind set on the flesh does not want the things of God. If you want the things of God, that is a huge sign. We've been talking about warning signs. Now here is a sign for hope. Do you want God?